Hi friends, it's me Nikki here. I hope everyone is doing great and having a great holiday season so far. I'm so excited about this video. I've been wanting to do a kind of elegant style breakfast tray this holiday season. I want to do breakfast in bed for my husband, not necessarily on Christmas morning, but I want to do it kind of this weekend. And so I teamed up with Martha Stewart Crafts to get the project done. I'm going to be using their craft paints to kind of add some special touches. You guys know, if you've been with me a while, this is the paint that I keep in my craft room. This is all you will see up in my craft room. I love their paints. I love that I can use them on glass, I can use them on fabrics, I can use them on wood, this one paint, so I don't have to buy, different types of paint whenever I'm crafting. I'm also now recently a huge fan of the vintage decor paint, which I'm also going to use today to add a little special touch, which I'm going to show you. And I used this paint recently on my fireplace in my kitchen, and I have been loving it. It's that matte chalk paint, and it works so great. I love the versatility in the colors, and I love the application process. So let's jump right in. So I'm going to make my frame out of an 11 by 14 mirrored frame that I found in Michael's. I'm absolutely in love with it. Because I'm going for a more elegant style, I want to use the golds, the silvers, and the whites. So I fell in love with this frame. And again, I'm going to put paper on the inside of the frame to give the tray a beautiful look. And I have this 36 sheet cardstock for the holidays. It's in that metallic gold and white, and you only need two 12 by 12 sheets for a 11 by 14 frame. So I'm just kind of looking through here to kind of see what I want. But I do want to say that this is just the style I'm going for, but you can definitely get a wood frame and use that Martha Stewart vintage paint and paint it a beautiful white or a beautiful black or green. You can make it look vintage. So many different techniques that you can do on it. So definitely, do what fits your style. I'm kind of going for that sleek kind of mirrored look today, but I'm going to be using this paint in other ways. So I want to share that with you. So this is the plate that I'm going to be using on my husband's tray. So it's that from the dollar store, a little snowflake plate that is actually a great dupe for the one that was in Target last year, this holiday season, which was, I think it was like $8 or $9 a plate, and this was only $1. So this was a great dupe, and so happy to find this recently. So I'm kind of going through the pad and seeing what's going to look good on my tray. And so the great thing about making this tray is I can switch it out for Valentine's Day or whenever I want. I'm kind of loving this paper here because it has the snowflakes on it just like the plate, but it has that gold background. So I really think I'm going to go with this here. So basically I just cut it to fit inside my frame. I do have a little seam there on the left hand side, but again, you're not going to really see it when I put the napkin and everything on there, so I'm fine with that. I lock it down in my frame, but this is the key point. You want to make sure that you don't have any kind of gap in there. So if you find that you do, get a piece of foam core and cut it down. You can get it at any craft store. You want a tight fit, and you may have to get some more little studs, framing studs that you can get in any framing department in any craft store, and lock it down because you don't want your tray to fall through. And sometimes when you buy frames, they don't have the kind of best kind of materials in there. So just make sure that everything is tight. Now for my handles, I'm going to be using old handles from my kitchen renovation. These are my old kitchen cabinet handles. Works out perfect. I can repurpose them. And I typically would screw these in and kind of drill a hole and screw them in to lock them down tight. But because this is a mirrored frame, I was scared to do that. I didn't want to break the frame, so I use E6000. But I love that I can change out my paper around Valentine's Day, or if I want to use a different color or his birthday, I can do that. So I love that about it. Add a special touch, and I wanted to stamp his napkin because I wanted it to have just kind of a fun, festive feel. And so I'm going to use this stamp here that I got from Michael's, and I'm going to use this gold Martha Stewart metallic paint. Again, this one bottle here can be used on wood, on glass, on fabric. So I love that about these paints, and I thought that this was the perfect stamp. I just love how it looked, and I was so excited to use it. I simply put a little bit of the paint on my stamp here, and a little bit of paint goes a long way, and I actually could use less than that actually. And I just brushed it in, and I like to use a piece of paper first and kind of stamp it on paper just to kind of make sure my stamp is going to come out okay before I actually stamp it on the napkin. But this would be so neat to use as a hostess gift. You could make like 4 napkins, put them in a beautiful box, and put some beautiful napkin rings on them, and they would be absolutely gorgeous. So I love how it came out. It's just a subtle little tree here. It's in that gold metallic. I hope it's coming out on camera as it is in real life. It's really beautiful. I'm using my reindeer napkin ring here. I thought it would add a little whimsy to it. And again, bringing in that gold and silver together because the stamp is in gold and the napkin ring is in silver. And so now let's put another special touch on here. I'm going to use the vintage black decor paint to kind of paint the cardboard inside of my frame here so that I can make a little mini chalkboard to write Merry Christmas on there, or I can write whatever I choose to on there. But I thought that this would be a nice personal touch to put on the tray. And so it's such a simple process. That little cardboard, I just take the paint and I'm just putting it on the cardstock. I'm going to let it dry overnight, and then I'm going to use my chalk pen and write whatever message that I want to write on there. Not that I have the best handwriting, but I guess it's going to add a lot to the tray, you know, just a little personal touch there. And so once it's dry, I'll just write that on there, put it in the frame, and I'm good to go. So now let's put our tray together. So now that we have the tray all together, I'm going to put my napkin with the napkin ring and sit that on the tray along with my plate. But I want to back up. I didn't show you my little Christmas tree that I got. I want to say it was $1 or $2 from Michael's on clearance. All of their Christmas stuff is on clearance right now. And I thought it would bring a little whimsy. I'm going to put my little saucer here for my coffee cup, and I'm going to mix my dishes. I like mixing and matching because I'm doing the gold, silver, and white theme, and I thought it would be cute to kind of mix things up a little bit. And so I sit that there, and I love the little silver cup with the gold. Now with the flatware, I just wrapped it with a little gold and silver ribbon. I thought that gave a little fun touch there, and just sit that to the side, and that's just so simple to do there. And I think that I love keeping everything kind of neutral. You guys know I love my neutrals. And the dollar store also had the matching bowl with the snowflake on it. Now I'm not sure if I'm quite going to use the bowl yet because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to cook for him for breakfast next weekend. But if I need it, it's there. I can move it to the side, put fruit in it with the croissants on the side or whatever. But I love the fact that I have the little set here. And then here's my completed sign with my kind of questionable handwriting, but still it gives that personal touch. And I'm going to put that towards the back of the tray. So here's my completed tray. I love how it turned out because I wanted it to kind of stay neutral with the gold, silver, and whites because I want my food to pop. When I put the food on there, I always love for my food to pop and have a white neutral background. And so if you're not on my Instagram, definitely go over there, or my Facebook, because I will definitely share a picture once I have the meal on there and everything this coming weekend. And it was so much fun to share this with you. It was so great to team up with Martha Stewart Crafts. I'll definitely put their link below if you're interested in their paints. Definitely let me know if you try out the napkins or any of the craft that I shared with you today. I hope you all are doing great. I'll see you at the next video, and this is Nikki saying goodbye.